Hey y'all, good morning. It's Amber. Welcome back to my channel. Y'all, we had the worst night last night. I showed a little bit of it, but I didn't really show the bad parts of it. We tried to go to our local art festival, and I told Steven, I was like, I think the weather is not going to be good for that. And he's like, no, it's sunny right now, let's go. And I'm like, So we went, and we walked down like one aisle of artists, and we made it to the kids center. And pretty much as soon as we got to the kids center, like the artists were starting to pack up because they knew, apparently better than we did, that the rain was coming. And we made it to the kids center, and we were in the library area in the kids center, and the bottom fell out. And of course, it's an outdoor event, and Zoe wears close to $10,000 worth of hearing aids and cochlear implant, and Dane is, he's on the spectrum, for the ones of y'all that don't know that. He was originally diagnosed with Asperger's, but they don't really classify them as that anymore. They just classify them all as autistic, no matter if they're quote-unquote high-functioning or quote-unquote low-functioning nonverbal, and which those names have changed too over the years. But for Dane, the rain was too much. The thunder, the lightning, it was not just like a little bit of a storm. It was a huge storm. And so I finally was like, you're going to have to go get the car. Like, Dane can't handle it anymore. We're sitting out there with our fingers in our ears. He's pacing. He's just not doing good. And so Steven wades, and he has to wade to the car basically because the rain came down so quickly that the roads were kind of flooded, and but we knew we had to get Dane out of there. And so he goes and gets the car, and we get Dane out of there. We take Zoe's ears off, get her through the rain, and get out of there. Well, we haven't eaten dinner. And so Steven was like, well, why don't we go eat at one of the casinos, one of the restaurants in one of the casinos, because we wouldn't have to get out in the weather. They all have parking garages that you can walk right in. There's no rain, no nothing. I was like, I don't know if we should do that or we should do just fast food on the way home. He's like, no, let's go sit down. This was a wash. This was terrible. Let's go sit down. Well, we haven't had a meltdown with Dane in a very long time. And so we weren't prepared. We didn't remember that, we should have went home. He was totally overstimulated by the thunder and the lightning and the rain and the fact that we're stuck out there with, nobody to come get us. And, they had run out of little kid arts and crafts to do, so he had nothing to do, and he was so upset. And so we left there and went to the burger bar, and meltdown ensued. Because as soon as we walk in, there's like a noodle restaurant across from the burger bar. Well, he wanted the noodle place. Well, then he wanted the burger bar. And then I was like, okay, we're going to go eat at the burger bar, but you can get noodles if you want, if that will make you feel better. And then he couldn't make a decision, and it was like a back and forth, and he was crying at the table, and he just was like, I can't make a decision. And it was literally the worst meltdown we've probably had in 2-3 years. Like, we were 13 years old, melting down at the table like a baby, like a 2-year-old. I mean, it was terrible. But we tried to, snuggle him and rein him back in. And we did get to eat our burgers in and he did eat. He ate all of Steven's salad. That's what he decided he wanted, and then he ate some of his burgers. So we did end up eating, but the night overall was very stressful. It was very hard. I don't know if any of y'all have dealings with children with special needs, but for me, I got home and I felt very bingy. Like, it triggered something in my head and I just wanted to binge. And so what I didn't show y'all yesterday, and since this is accountability, that's why this is so long of an explanation. But after we got home at like 9 o'clock, I was very bingy. So I ate 1 ounce of almonds, and I did weigh it out. I do know how much I ate. And I ate one of those Fiber One brownies. And so I know without a doubt that I was over my calories and over my net carbs, because those little brownies for like that big of one is 5 net carbs. So this morning I'm feeling really, I know it's life. I know it's life. I know life is not perfect. Christy linked a really good video where he talks about weight loss is not perfect. It is not a straight from top to bottom experience. It's not the nice perfect slope that you think of in math. It's up and down, or it plateaus, or you gain, and you know, it is what it is. Well, that's what my whole keto journey is, and what most people's are. It's up and it's down, and you do your best, and you wake up the next morning, and I could be like really depressed about it and not eat anything. Or I could be really depressed about it and eat everything non-carb in sight. But instead, I'm just going to get up and move on with my day. I'm hungry this morning, so I'm going to eat something for breakfast. I'm going to have some coffee. That's what I'm craving. And we're going to move on with our day. So I hope y'all are having a great day. I will let y'all know what I'm having for lunch later on. So lunch today is going to be some leftover. It's just lettuce, and there's some carrots in the bottom I probably won't eat. But that's all that's in my leftover salad. I'm going to have that with some of this leftover lasagna, which, God, it's hard to show y'all, but it looks so good cold. So the meat lasagna, and then I'm just taking some regular ranch to throw on my salad. So this is my lunch for today.